We are going to start seated today, and if you'd like to sit up onto something to make it more comfortable, to elevate your hips a little more, to relax the low back in your shoulders, if you find yourself crunching up in order to sit cross-legged, change your posture, maybe sit kneeling or on something. I'll start kneeling. Close your eyes and place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And take a deep breath in through your nose. And sigh. Do that 2 more times, feeling your body expand on your breath in. Breathing from your toes to the crown of your head, and exhale. Feel your lungs expand, fill up with air, and feel your body expand in all directions. Close your mouth and find a normal pace of breath. With your eyes closed, observe your breath. Observe what's happening, where is your breath, the quality of your breath, without judgment. And notice the movement underneath your hands. Notice your heartbeat and notice the movement of your belly as you inhale and you exhale. Take a deep breath in. At the top of your breath, hold the breath in and squeeze your pelvic floor. Imagine that you're trying to stop yourself from peeing. And then exhale, release your pelvic floor and release tension in your body as the breath flows out. And breathe in, fill up. Hold the breath in, squeeze your pelvic floor. Maybe feel yourself grow a little bit taller as you hold the breath in, and then release your pelvic floor and exhale. Inhale, hold. Release the hold and exhale. Maintain that style of breathing, inhaling, holding. Pulling up and in. And exhale fully, releasing the pelvic floor. And at the bottom of your exhale, push a little more breath out your nostrils by pulling your navel to your spine. Inhale fully. Hold the breath in and squeeze your pelvic floor. And then release your pelvic floor and exhale fully. And at the bottom of your exhale, exhale the rest of that stale breath out by pulling navel in. Make a noise. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, hold the breath in. Engage your pelvic floor. Feel yourself containing the breath. Then release your pelvic floor. Exhale out the nose. And then push the rest of it out. Reach your arms up. Over your head, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Look up. Open your throat. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Bring your hands down and make your way into a tabletop posture. Stack yourself so that you can use minimal effort. So shoulders right over your wrists, hips over your knees, and start to move your spine in cat and cow. So arch your back when you inhale, exhale, round the back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Move 3 more times. Continue with your cat and cows, but as you exhale, exhale fully, feel all the breath come out, and at the bottom of your exhale, lift your knees by pushing into the tops of your feet and your hands, and pause. Lower your knees, inhale, come into cow pose, exhale, round, breathe all the way out, and at the bottom of your exhale, let your knees lift by pushing down. Feel hollowness in your armpits and your low belly. Do that 3 more times. If this doesn't feel good, if the strength isn't quite there in your belly, you don't have to lift your knees. You can continue to cat and cow. As you exhale, if you're lifting your knees, feel that lifting up in your low belly. And take a normal cat and cow here. Come to a neutral spine, lift your right arm, and bring your right arm behind the left wrist. Try to keep your hips right over the knees, so not leaning too much to the left. And lift your head and your right shoulder and curl it a little bit more so you get more spinal twist. Take 2 deep breaths here. And then come back to center. Tabletop, neutral, lift the left arm, do the same thing. Sweep it behind the wrist, lower your ear and your shoulder, stack your hips over the knees, then move your shoulder a little bit more. Feel a little bit of upper back twist, shoulder stretch. Use your right hand to push you back to center. Separate your fingers and step yourself to plank pose. Take 10 breaths here. If you need to relieve the pressure, lift your hips as opposed to letting them sink down. So feel like you're relieving the pressure in the posture by lifting the hips as opposed to dumping weight into the low back. Use your exhales to engage your belly. Use your inhales to breathe. Look down in between your thumbs, feel your neck long, take 2 more breaths. And then lift your hips up slowly. Walk yourself into a downward facing dog. You can shake out your hips by bending your knees. You can pedal, do whatever feels good in your body. Try not to sway back too much, but keep the low ribs pulling in. On full exhales, drawing your navel towards your spine, pushing into your hands to open up the shoulders. Look forward and step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee down and lift your chest. Come into a low lunge. And we're going to do a breathing exercise here. So you can place your hands wherever feels good. You can place it on your front knee, on your hips, over your head. We're going to focus on forceful exhale. So the inhale is less focused. It's still happening, but more rebounding in the body. Kapalabhati. Inhale. Inhale, look up. Exhale, place your hands down and lift your back knee and twist. Keep your left hand down. Lift, if you like, the left knee. Twist your spine. You can keep your right hand on your hip to relieve tension in your upper back and your neck. You can look down to the right or up. Bring your right hand down, step your foot back, lower your knees, and lower your chest. Feel your stomach completely touch the ground, the tops of your feet, before rolling into a cobra. Feel a little bit of belly stretch. Draw your elbows back, your heart forward. Keep your ears open. Lower down. Lower your forehead. And then roll back into a cobra pose. You can have a low cobra or you can work towards straighter arms. Lower a bit, tuck your toes under and come into down dog. Step your left foot forward and right knee comes down. Low lunge. We're going to do that breathing exercise on this side as well. Finding a position where your right psoas is getting a stretch. Take any hand gesture and do this for 20 seconds. Lift your arms, breathe in. You can look up, bring your hands down, twist. Either back knee stays down on the ground or you can lift it. Squeezing the right thigh if you lift it. Twist your spine. Make sure your upper arm and your neck are comfortable. So if they aren't, maybe hand on the hip, maybe look down. Focus on twisting the spine, bringing your right ribs over to the left. Bring your left hand down and step your right foot forward and come into Malasana. Turn your toes out and heels in and squat down evenly. So maybe roll up a blanket under your heels if this is really uncomfortable. Try to send a little bit of the weight towards the pinky toe edge of your feet. Not trying to go as deep as you possibly can in the hips, but we want to feel opening here, also a relaxed upper body. So if you can, take the shrug out of your shoulders, maybe press your elbows into your inner thighs, and maybe squeeze your pelvic floor again. So feel a little bit of engagement down there. Notice if that changes the spinal posture, how you're breathing. And release your hands and lift your hips slowly, walking your feet parallel and taking a forward fold. You can take any variation of a forward fold here. If it feels good to ragdoll and have your knees really soft, or you can press your sit bones up towards the ceiling, straightening your legs, or maybe even taking a shoulder stretch here. Take the tension out of your jaw, out of your face, and love this posture. Breathe into it. Release your hands. Step your left foot back. Crawl your hands onto your right thigh and press your spine up straight. Lift your arms and twist open to the right. Send your left arm forward, right arm back, and expand. So right knee sending forward, left heel sending back, fingers extended forward and back. Turn yourself forward with control and bring your hands down and your back knee down and lift your right leg up and back. Extend your left arm. Exhale, tap your knee and your elbow. Inhale, extend out. And exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze, and hold here 3 breaths. Extend your left arm forward, right leg back, hand down, right foot over to the left, and look over your left shoulder. Make like a C with your right side. Breathe deeply into your right ribs. Turn your head back to neutral. Lift the leg, bend the knee, and imagine kicking the ceiling and look up, and then bring your knee down. Walk your hands a handprint forward and come into downward facing dog. Look forward and step forward. Hands onto the left thigh, press your spine up straight. Lift your arms and twist open to the left. Relax your shoulders and feel that expansion moving forward and back. Tailbone reaching down, crown up. And bring your arms to center and bring your hands down to the mat. Right knee onto the mat. Left leg reaches up and back. Right arm reaches forward. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, curl in. Keep the curl and hold your and breathe here. Extend out. Hand down. Foot outside the right foot. Look over your right shoulder. Curl your body. Curve your body. Breathe into the left rib. Lift your left leg up, bend the knee, and inhale, lift your chin. Imagine kicking your foot up and then placing it down. Turn your knees out a little more and sit onto your feet. Kind of like a V shape with the legs. Take your hands underneath your shins and try to find a nice tall posture here. Like your shins are pulling your shoulders down. Increase the neck stretch. Bring your right shoulder towards your right ear. And head to neutral, over to the other side. Head up, release your hands. Place your hands onto the mat. Come into downward facing dog. Walk your feet about halfway forward and your hands about halfway back. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Feel the weight evenly dispersed on your feet. So lift your toes. Feel this kind of rooting down, the points of your feet touching the ground. Lower your toes, but without gripping. Let them lower soft. And bring the weight over into the left leg. Bring your right knee up, arms forward. And left arm crosses over the right. Either take your shoulders or come into eagle arms and eagle legs. Right leg crosses over the left, maybe hooking the foot behind the left calf. Sitting down, squeezing upper inner thigh. Squeezing, squeezing. Squeeze your belly. Feel space in between your shoulder blades. Move your hands to a side so that you can see forward, using your gaze to help ground you, and then release. And you can shake out. everything however you want. You're probably doing this in your house alone, so it can be exaggerated. And then we'll do the other side. So the weight comes onto the right leg. Left knee comes up, hold it there for a moment. Bring your arms forward, right over the left, or left over the right this time. Other side. Bring your left leg over the right thigh, maybe hook it, start to sit down and squeeze everything towards the center line. So imagine closing a book inside of the upper thighs, arms crossed, breathing into the wings on your back. And then release. And give your whole body a shake. Let your arms be relaxed in your legs. Lift your arms up, breathe in, exhale, fold forward. Flat back as you breathe in. Step yourself back to plank pose. Lower your knees, lower your chest. Roll open into cobra and come into downward facing dog. And take pigeon on the right. Bring your right shin forward. So maybe this isn't in your practice or comfortable, but we'll be here for about a minute. So if this is comfortable for you, stay in it. And if not, you can take pigeon seated, right leg over the left. Maybe pushing your thigh open, relaxing the right hip. It can also be done on your back. Taking hold of the left hamstring, using your right elbow to add a little resistance so that you can help to open the hip. But take maybe 5 more breaths here, wherever you're comfortable. Getting into the piriformis, the outer hip. You can be up on your hands, you can be on your elbows. Make sure that the majority of the sensation is coming into the right hip and nothing in the knee. And slowly sit yourself upright. And we're going to come into a twist. So lean to the right, bring the right hip down, and left leg comes up and over the right thigh. Try to sit the left hip down and take whatever twist feels good. You can hold onto the left knee. You can bring your elbow outside the thigh, but try to sit up tall, full breathing. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Feel that twist of your spine, of your belly. Imagine as you exhale, you're twisting deeper and your low ribs are coming closer together. Take one more breath. And unwind as you inhale and bring your hands down to the other side and lift your hips and walk yourself around to the other side. So if you end up confused here, we're just switching our legs. So now the right leg is over the left. Hold on to the knee, bring your hand back, and take whatever twist feels appropriate. You can keep your chest really open and pull against the knee. You can use your elbow. I like to place my hand on the center of my chest to keep my chest open, to remind myself to keep my chest open. And turn yourself to the center and bring the right leg back or come into whatever pigeon that you did on the other side. So if you weren't upright, you can get seated or lay onto your back and take about a minute here. Positioning your left elbow in line with your left knee. Relaxing the left hip, observing where you're clenching as we try to release. So maybe your upper body, your shoulders, your face are uncomfortable here. Maybe even open your mouth. Take deep breaths. Start to sit yourself upright. We'll meet seated. Extend your legs. Sit tall here for a moment. So extend your feet forward, flex your feet. Push the very center of your thighs down and sit up nice and tall. This isn't always comfortable, but it's good to feel this connection, to use your low belly muscles, pushing your sit bones down, trying to keep the front side of your body flat. Place your hands down and bend your knees and come into reverse tabletop. Squeeze your glutes a little bit and then start to lower your hips, but not touching the ground. Let it hover here and then push into your hands and send your belly up and maybe drop your head back and do that 2 more times. Start to lower, but not coming completely down, and then send the hips up, open the front side of your body, and 1 last time. Lower your hips all the way down, cross your legs, and sit upright. Lift your arms up over your head and take an easy twist to the left. And as you breathe in, come to center and over to the other side. Reach your arms up. Bow forward, honoring your practice. And slowly sit yourself upright. Remain seated. If you'd like to prop yourself up against something for a seated meditation, you can. I always recommend coming into Shavasana to relax your body. If the low back is feeling tense, keep your feet on the mat and let your knees touch in the center. Feel a widening of your sacrum here. Take the next several minutes to be at peace with yourself, to honor yourself.